Hello, I'm Jamie. Welcome. We'll be practicing some meditation today. So find your way into a comfortable position. That could be seated like me. I'm up on a meditation cushion for a little more length in my spine, but you can sit in any way that feels good, maybe even in a chair, or if you prefer to lie down, that's perfect as well. And our meditation today is really just going to be about becoming present in our bodies and in the space that we're in and getting out of the head and the thoughts just a little bit. So once you are feeling comfortable, maybe you let the eyes float closed. And if having the eyes closed doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can always find a soft gaze instead, just allowing focus to go from the eyes. Begin to move your attention to your breath, feeling the breath as it flows in and out through your nose, creating an awareness around the quality of the breath without judgment and without immediately trying to change anything. Noticing if the breath feels fast or slow, deep or shallow, if it feels smooth and even, or if it feels a little more labored. And you might find that simply by turning the attention to the breath, it begins to deepen just a bit more. And you might see if you can help to slow the breath a little bit more here, drawing the breath a little deeper into the belly, but without forcing anything, without a lot of effort. So it might just be a slight shift, and then as you settle into this meditation, maybe the breath begins to slow and deepen just a little bit more. Let your attention move to your physical body. We're drawing the attention internally here, becoming aware of spaces in our body that we're holding on to tension or tightness. Spaces where we could soften or let go just a little bit more. Where can you find a little more relaxation? Again, without judgment, becoming aware of places in your body that might feel uncomfortable or painful or strained. And then let your attention move to your thoughts in your head. So we start to tune into our mental and emotional state here. And again, without judgment, we're just becoming aware of what thoughts are floating around. And when we're in situations, especially situations where we feel a little bit of unrest, maybe a little out of control, things aren't going as planned, the mind can start to spiral, and it can become even harder to quiet the mind down. So be gentle with yourself and know that it's not going to turn off. We're not going to turn those thoughts off. As you become aware of what you're thinking about, what you're planning, what you're worrying about, what you're focusing your attention on, and just slowly start to shift those thoughts into the background. And see if you can become more present once again with your attention on your breath and your body. Each time throughout this meditation today that you begin to notice that your attention shifts back to the thoughts, just gently remind yourself to come back into this present moment. So now I want you to tune into your sense of physical touch, beginning with the weight of your body against whatever surface you are on. Noticing that connection and the energy that's created by that connection. Begin to notice the textures that you feel against your skin, the clothing, maybe of that surface you are lying on. Maybe you notice your hair touching your skin. And then noticing the temperature of the air as it touches your skin. Fully aware of our sense of touch here. And we'll shift our attention now to our sense of hearing. So you can hear my voice, of course. And there may be other obvious sounds. Sounds from this video, sounds from within your own space. And start to see if you can expand your sense of hearing out beyond the space you're in, noticing sounds maybe a little more distant. Seeing if you can identify the farthest sound that is present for you. Being receptive and in tune. We'll shift our attention now to our sense of smell. You may not think that there's any sense present, but really expand your sense of smell out through your space and notice if there's anything, whether it's coming from you, from within the specific space you're in, or maybe more distant sense that you can begin to become aware of. And moving to your sense of taste. Maybe moving your mouth a little bit here, moving the tongue within the mouth and becoming aware any taste that may be there, maybe from what you have eaten or drank today. Maybe there's a sense of toothpaste. Maybe there's tastes that are not as identifiable, but we can still bring them into our awareness. And then last, we come to our sense of sight. So if your eyes are closed, you might begin to notice light through the eyelids. Maybe you notice shapes, the way that the light and the shapes shift and change and sort of play there on the backs of the eyelids. And if you have a soft gaze, you might notice shapes, out of focus shapes and colors. And even with the eyes closed, you might begin to find a sense of color. It might become present for you within this meditation. Just noticing what you become aware of. Arrive back at the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Feeling that connection between your breath and your physical body, the expansion and contraction of your upper body as you breathe. filling and emptying yourself with each inhale and each exhale. Tune in once again to the quality of your breath. Notice if anything has changed. Noticing if the mind is feeling a bit softer, a bit quieter, any other shifts or changes that you may have experienced. Just being aware. And as you feel ready, beginning to wiggle into your fingers and toes, taking any other movements that feel good, maybe opening and closing the fists, maybe rolling the shoulders, dropping the head side to side, maybe a big stretch. And then only as you feel ready, you can begin to let the eyes float open, or to allow a little bit more of a sense of focus to come back to the eyes. Noticing that calm, remembering that you can return here again and again. Thank you for joining me today. Wishing you love and light. Namaste.